Hey guys, we are back with Tavern Talk. Last episode was a little intense, so let's kind of see where we're going. It's been a while since we've seen a couple characters. I'm curious where the story is going. Oh my goodness. Look at all the little Halloween decorations. How cute. Wait, did I happen to time this perfectly well with Halloween being tomorrow, or is this some sort of weird update for the month? All right. Hello, Innkeep. Look what I found. Looks like a rare specimen of Archie to me. I'm one of a kind. Oh, you two know each other already? Of course you do. You know pretty much everyone in this city, huh? Of course I know he's quite the celebrity. No. Oh, I suppose I am. He's Zenith's most famous author. He even survived an assault by hordes of the vicious undead. Author? I guess I really am an author. Yes. Bummer, and here I thought I could surprise you. How did you two meet? I think he spotted me on the street. Must have thought I had a lot of stories to tell, so he asked me if he could write my biography. What a unique way to call someone old. But she does have a lot of stories to tell. Archie, how many manuscript topics do you want to collect before you actually finish something? Well, you see, it's always important to collect ideas. Life itself is the best source of inspiration for any artist. Look at him. He's so eager to write. I just couldn't refuse that big, oh my God, that look in his big, sparkly eyes. Writing down ideas is so much fun. There's the magical detective story. Theo's and my adventure with the undead, and now Una's biography as well. It's fantastic. I suppose you're right. Una, how come you want your biography to be written now? Nope. I didn't really have a reason. I'm old, and I've seen a lot of stuff. Would be sad if all that knowledge went to waste, right? It's not like you'll disappear any second now, is it? Of course not. I get it. A lot of terrible things have happened lately. Don't be silly. We'll be fine. It's always nice to see most of your friends return during times like these. Most of them? Stuff like this happens every few decades. It's completely normal. If you say so, are you going to pay Archie accordingly, though? That's what I'm here for. I'ma pay him in drinks. And I could also use a little refreshing drink myself. Aye, gotcha. Anything specific you'd like today, Archie? Just the same as always. A drink to stay focused on my writing, to defend my brain against all those distracting thoughts. Coming right up. Do we want to mix it up? Nah, keep it classic. Which one was it? It's been a minute. That one. Okay, 3 defense. Okay, 1, 2, 3. A little attack. And some charisma. Ding. Here you go. A drink to boost your concentration. Thank you very much, dear innkeeper. Oh, here comes the fancy schmancy music. This is delicious. I can feel an irresistible itch in my fingertips already. I'm always happy to oblige. So, Una, what's it for you today? Maybe something that'll give me enough strength and energy to tell this whippersnapper every little detail of my life. Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, give me a quick second. I'll be back with your drink. Attack, huh? Two sailors' courage. Nah, Southern Brawler. Keep it classic. Don't have to fix what ain't broke. 1, 2, 3. A little charisma. And some defense from Archie's ADHD. Ding! Yum, yum, yum. Some liquid stamina for the golden girl. Let's see if your skills are to be trusted, innkeep. Have I ever let you down before? Oh! Archie, I hope you're ready for at least 600 pages. That's a lot. But you already agreed, so you don't have a choice. And now, my dear Archibald, we'll begin with the writing. Thank you for your hospitality, innkeep. I'll see you later. Goodbye, innkeeper. I'm ready to keep a copy of the book for you. What kind of information did we get? There are experiences one must undergo in life to determine the future. Archie realized the life of adventure was nothing like he imagined it to be, and that's okay. Now he knows his desire for the pen outweighs that of the sword. I'm very excited to get my hands some signed copies of his works. Signed, please. Of course. Very well. Goodbye, you two. Oh, hey! Minthy. Finally, my service beast and I have returned. Welcome back, Minthy. Good to see you, innkeeper, and surprisingly, your tavern's dry interior. I thought you might be appreciating the dampness of almost everything nowadays. Maybe while underwater, but wheels and mud do not mix. On land, I appreciate structural sound and smooth wood flooring much more than its soggy alternatives. That bad? You would too, just slip a few minutes past your tavern. Then you might get an idea of the things jammed in my spokes and smushed between Casket and Kane's toes. I'll pass, and besides, stories from my patrons are much more enjoyable. Speaking of, how did the Pearl Hunt go? Honestly, it wasn't all too eventful, but before I go on, I could do with one of your drinks, innkeeper. Something to keep my mind clear of any irrelevant distractions for the journey back. Let me see what I can do. So that's going to be a sparking nebula. Or a silent owl. No, I want to see Andy sparkle. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and a little charisma. Come on, Andy sparkle, yeah! I love it so much. Ding! May this inspire boundless creativity. Just what I needed. If only I had a boundless supply of this drink while writing at my desk. Unfortunately, my establishment doesn't do deliveries. What a shame. But before you go on, I actually have something else for you. Ah, and here I thought I'd have to needle you for it again. What a pleasant surprise. My favorite kind. Here, a completely proofread manuscript, I hope. I'd certainly hope it's completed. Since my retrieval and your proofreading have been such a long time in the making, yes? Right. Long in the making. You should probably wash that red ink off your hands before it stains your mugs. Oh, right. I was editing my recipes all night. Crazy story, actually. For another time, that is. I see. I will say it's good to have these papers back in my hands. May I inquire as to why you asked for them back now? I've decided to finally publish the book. What I have written about, it's very dear to my heart, and I'm happy to finally get to share my writing with the world. Minthy, the author, has a nice ring to it. It'll be Mackenzie Catron Pachan, actually. What? A very nice pen name. It was time I finally chose one, and something universal at that. Procrastination is a curse all of its own. Sure is. So, about the pearl, or pearls? Protection pearls, like I said, wasn't too eventful. I had tea with the Banshee of the Lonesome Lagoon, and she traded me the pearls for objects of her desire. Mostly I promised her a signed copy of the book. Good for her. You know, I've been meaning to ask, if I may, what do you need the pearls for exactly? I know you're often looking for them, but I was never quite sure why. Well, I'm sure you remember the curse I was bestowed with. Yes, the cursed parasitic rings that amplify your magic to a painful degree. Exactly those. They cause quite a lot of issues for me in my body. Sometimes it feels like the magic is eating away at me, slowly feasting on my organs and nerves. It's tearing me apart from the inside out as it gradually takes my health and life. The protection pearls help me keep the mana in check. They bring it down to manageable levels. It helps the pain a lot. So you're saying you turn the pearls into a drink? Wonderful to see that's still your first solution to everything. Yes, on occasion. Mostly I grind them into ink for my tattoos. They're very versatile little beauties. I'm happy you could find some then. Now that I think about it, care to share? I'm sure they'd be great for my drinks. Not so fast. For most people, they would just amplify mana to ridiculous and dangerous degrees. And I don't want to be held responsible for the chaos your patrons could cause. However, maybe I can offer you something less extreme, but still energizing. Here. Cursed coffee. Is this your infamous coffee recipe? After all these years, you finally trust me with it? It's dexterity, charisma, and tact. When you peer inside the steaming chalice, looking at your own distorted reflections, you will find the darkest swirling depths. The blackness will be all-consuming, a gloom so bitter you might think you see the souls of the damned swimming inside. But really, you'll just be looking at a strong cup of coffee. That's it. Sounds good to me. I got my coffee right here today. It's time. I think you can finally make it without poisoning someone. I'll do my best. Thank you, Minth. Perhaps it will also keep your promises in time. Anyhow, I think we're due to take our leave. Need to make some ink? Something like that. Plus, I promised Casket and Kane we'd check if any primordial tennis balls got washed up by the flood. I think I might have seen some in the bushes. Baya might be able to make you some moss balls. What a perfect excuse to catch up with her. Is she around? More frequently recently. It's nice. A miracle she still comes around after you exorcised her favorite bog body. We were young and inexperienced. It happens. That it does. It was lovely to see you again, innkeeper. Likewise, best of luck on your journey, and don't forget to send me a copy of that book. If you promise not to forget about its existence this time, I'll do my very best. I know you will, friend. I know you will. My little familiar snoring up on the window. Sounds like outdoor cat. She was all curled up in my bed, snoring away. It was so cute. Ah, the sun's come out. That was a quick day. Jane, welcome back. Was your quest successful? When have I ever failed? Well, you do look surprisingly unbloodied. Also, hello, Kumo. Kumo? Who's Kumo? That guy. New name, I'm guessing? No. No names here. Never had a name. Don't even know what names are. Am I just supposed to go along with that? You're supposed to make me a drink. Then we can talk. Fair enough. What can I get you? I've still got plans after this, but Onyx is pretty tired. So give me something that'll get her to keep up with my speed if I let her have a sip. Anything for Onyx. Dexterity. And was there another dexterity drink? Is it just Swift Strike? Interesting. Alright, we need 3 powered Ds. 1, 2, 3. A little defense. And some intelligence. Ding! Oh, I'm in a ridiculous and good mood today. This is nice. A drink for Onyx. And you, but mostly Onyx. Not too bad. Concerning to see you know me so well. Okay with the Wild West music. Being a regular does have its perks. So, names. Let's start with the story first. You love those, right? You know it. I'll spare you the details of my journey to Borkum, though I didn't miss the chance to make some extra money along the way. Everyone thought I was the right woman for their jobs. They helped me with the quest, too. Squeezed a good description of the renegade parents out of some Red Dune merchant, who was in deep dispute with a blue-crowned elephant. I'd love to hear that story, actually. Not my problem. Asking a couple of pointed questions got me to the inn the deadbeats were staying at. Problem with people is, can't exactly kill them in broad daylight. With monsters, you'd be thanked for doing so. But with people, you've got to be patient. So I did what anyone would have done in my situation. I posed as a tour guide. And they believed you? Sure did. And Nico is right. Your drinks are great for pulling scams. Happy to hear that. I offered them a tour of the nearby Wadden Sea and led them to an area I knew was shunned by actual tour guides because of the unpredictable tides. Gave them a spiel about how a battle of the Order of Starlight took place there, yada, yada, yada. Pretty soon, their eyes were glued to some starfish playing in the mud. It was the perfect opportunity to get it over with quickly. Obviously, I wasn't going to kill them just then. They needed a chance to run, but I had to scare them first. I raised my spear right above my head and was about to go for a warning strike when I heard this zinging sound. I deflected the knife that was flung my way at the last second and it shattered against the ground. All three of us saw this cloaked echo reaching for another knife. He had his hood pulled up, knives and daggers strapped all over his body. Even the air seemed to go darker around him. Couldn't just let her do her work, could you, dude? Looked like a real Shadowbane. I trained under them. Impressive. Those deadbeats thought I was protecting them from him. Should have seen the look on their faces when I said I was there to kill them. I turned back, wanting to refocus on my warning strike, when I was interrupted by a simple stop. It was said in this deep, raspy, incredibly fake voice that sounded like some sort of proper degenerate. Likely, the two bums thought we were fighting or who'd get to kill them. Their approach to such a situation was to immediately try and bribe us. I told them to shut it. They asked me what I wanted, then if it wasn't money or words. So I turned to our little Shadowbane and asked what he wanted. Paige stood there, quietly. Can't blame him. There's a little scarier than your parents. So you helped him with the decision? Not exactly. I walked over to him and handed him my spear. She said, "This is your choice. Make it." It felt like she was passing some of her courage on to me. He stepped forward, my spear in his hands, and took off his hood. He was... I'll spare you the details. They recognized him, of course. I'm going to say assholes had the assholes had the audacity to act surprised. Surprised is one way to put it. When they talked, they sounded so like they thought I had died. You could have. They left you. I wanted to say something. Anything. Yell. Tell them to get lost. Scream at them for what they'd done to me. But all that came out was, "Why did you leave?" Their silence went on for so long. Would have been longer if those tides hadn't come rushing in. You did kind of walk into that one. Kind of. Luckily, I was quick. Got all of us up on some muddy rock that the waves couldn't reach. How long were you up there for? Couple hours. Left us a lot of time to talk. Did you? Yes. A lot. For example, did you know the primordial flood was caused by the pyre erupting? The pyre? You mean the biggest volcano in all of Asteria nestled right in Leviathan's domain? Yeah, apparently it erupted and then collapsed, covered all of the primordial sea in ash, and set off a tsunami. It should not be doing that. No. Do you think powerful magic was afoot? Probably not. What use is a giant tsunami to anyone? Maybe they wanted to be wet? Probably not. Are tsunamis and their causes all you and your parents talked about? No. Come on, let's get to the nitty-gritty stuff. Mostly we talked about the leaving thing. They said not a day went by where they didn't regret what they'd done. I asked why they didn't come back. They didn't have an answer. Mom said she was proud of my knife-throwing skills, though. I never thought they'd apologize. They knew up to all of it, as awful as it was. No, puppy. He's so sad. I hadn't planned for that. They wanted to make up for everything and to be a part of my life. They also said it was up to me and what I wanted. What do you want? A family? Is that stupid? No, it's not. Okay, Jade, look at you being empathetic. That's unlike you. So you forgave them? No, not yet. I have to see if they actually mean what they said first. I can't trust them right now. We don't really know each other anymore. Who knows if we'll get along? But they did say they want to get to know me, and I think I might like that too. They're just so different. Feels like I'm angry at people that don't exist anymore. You should be careful. You're still allowed to be angry. Even if they change, they hurt you. Neither forgiveness nor forgetting is required. It just feels unfair, like I'm harboring resentment for ghosts. But I'll try to be honest with them. I owe that to myself. Plus, Jade threatened to decapitate them if they ever hurt me again. Oh, Jade, you're just a big softy. They'd stand no chance. None. Could I have a drink now, too? Sure. Let's trade. Right. A secret? No, a name. I assume Jade didn't know you as Kumo because your parents didn't call you that. Correct. What did they call you then? I'm not. I'll trade you my name. Just give the guy a drink. Your first name. Those are quite precious to Mahida, right? Very. See it as a secret to trade for. I'm listening. Ulyssia. Beautiful name. I don't respond to flattery, but thank you. It's definitely better than mine. Yours fits you. What did they name you? It does not. If you say so. So, not you, Ulyssia. What would you like in exchange? Maybe something that'll stop me from choking on my words in case I have to do more of this emotional thing. I've definitely got something for that. So the usual. Good Lord. For someone who's all about his aesthetic, he sure does love. 1, 2, 3. Charisma. This bright and colorful drink. Ding. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Lord knows. I'm a sucker for a cute drink. Here you are, some fluid, emotional vulnerability. Tastes a lot better than it sounds. Feels a lot better, too. Who's screaming? Maybe. I still need to call you something else, though, if Kuma is out. It is. What have you got for me, then? I'm running out of names. Jade, can I? Nope. My name. Fine. How about... Dave? You know what? Sure. I'll go with that. I'm proud of you, Dave. Why does it sound so wrong in this context? For everything you've gone through and for choosing what's right for you. Thank you. Do you need a hug? May have already gotten one from Jay. No! It's Speaking of me, I've got to go. Want to check in with Grace and her goons. See you around, Airboy. See you around, Ulyssia. Turns out she went no contact with her family a while ago, although she's surprisingly good at solving disputes others have with their parents. I also received the honor of learning her first name, and it fits her very well. And the adorable turtle's name is Onyx. Mayaden naming schemes, you know? What about you? Care to linger a little longer? I need some time to think all this over. Maybe even feel it, too. Good. It's good to feel your feelings. Is Fable back yet? I think Cheesecake would make for a great distraction right about now. No. I thought maybe you ran into them on the way back. I didn't. So Melly isn't back yet either? No, I'm afraid not. Cool. Great. I guess I'll talk to... Carolyn? Your parents? Maybe. Do you think they still love me? I don't know. I hope they do. I hope they'll love you well, but I don't know. I do know that other people love you, and that if your parents fail to live up to what you deserve, you won't be loved any less. I'd like to believe that. Sometimes I just think if even my own parents couldn't leave me, anyone can. Don't measure your worth by the actions of the people that hurt you. Nothing good can come from that. A good lesson to learn, all of us. I'm very thankful to have met you. Anyway, I'm also part of the night, or whatever. So I must go. Farewell. See you soon. Oh, buddy. That was another quick one. We normally do 3 parts to the day. We've only been doing 1. Chaos Protocol. Melly! Innkeeper, surprise! Nice to see that you're back. Is Fable with you? No. Should they be? They were looking for you. They are a very good detective, then. I'm happy to see you're well, Melly. Everyone was very worried about you. Why? I'm great at taking care of myself. You are, but where have you been all this time? Child. Investigating things, obviously, like the flood. My investigation led me to Morlia. Or more like, they did. Nico, Voy, and Hex, I followed them to Morlia. Yeah, where's Hex? We have Nico, we have Voy. Where's the other one? They were talking about mysteries and puzzles, and I'm trying to solve a mystery, so I couldn't let the opportunity pass me by. You're lucky. People usually pay a lot of money to spend time with me. Why? Because I'm, like, famous? But I didn't go there because of you. I was following clues. Okay. I stayed outside. My case isn't about a wizard. Not this time. Where's Hex anyway? Yes, thank you. You know, doing wizard things. Like studying, like arson. That would have been fun, but instead he chose to study. Good. Good boy. He immediately wanted to check out the spells we found, though he seemed pretty disheartened. How come? Not sure. I guess he didn't find what he was looking for. Maybe because the world's greatest treasure was already traveling with him. I love your confidence, boy. What would that be? Me! Never mind. He told us to keep an eye out for any time magic razzle-dazzle. But we found nothing. At least you managed to get inside and return safely. Yeah, the way there was easy peasy. We got there thanks to Nico pulling off a shape-shifting trick and pretending to be a merchant. Stole some guy's coat and face and used his reputation to secure us a boat ride to Morlia. Said I wanted to meet with a real estate agent from the Magocracy to buy the island. Told him to pick us up in a week or so. By then we'd be far gone. What happened once you reached the island? I'm quite intrigued. Before we tell you anything, I'd like a drink. Something that goes down like honey and will make my poetry flow like a wild river. Nothing easier than that. So a spoken heart. Or I could do this. Nah, keep it true. Simple is best. 1, 2, 3 charisma, a little defense, and a smidgen of attack or strength. Ding! I still don't like you. You freak me out. Some honey for those vocal cords. Enjoy. That's what I'm talking about. Amazing. Can we move on to the story now? You got somewhere to be? Nah, but I'm getting bored. We got to Morlia, an island so small it's basically the tower's wild backyard. As I walked between the crystalline roses, I expected to see secret passageways hiding behind every corner. I almost brought you back a rose. Oh, that would be cute. Why didn't you? Rose went from my tavern. Why didn't you? I thought you wouldn't like it. I would have. Oh, okay. That's, moving on. Oh, cute. I wish I could be that confident in real life. I'm so not. The tower itself reached so high I thought it might be reaching out to kiss the moon itself. It was really tilted at about a 5-degree angle. I measured it with my paws. The bricks were still wet. I'm sure the tsunami shook its foundation. Would think the waves would have done us a favor and knocked down the door, but nope. That locked door was the first challenge. And Nico's lockpicks broke. Seemed like a skill issue. Broke? Skill issue? Bro, the door ate my lockpicks. Ah, a door mimic. A classic first step to securing your establishment. You talk like you've seen one before. Have you ever tried to open my door when the inn's closed? No. If you do, don't use any lockpicks and take care of your fingertips. So how did you get inside? By charming it. Hex forgot his spell book and couldn't get the arcane lock unlock spell to work. And obviously it wouldn't let us in just like that. So I decided to play the mimic a tune. Yeah, that was amazing, bro. Your fancy tunes are the GOAT. I was nervous. I'd never played in front of a mimic before, so I wasn't sure what their taste in music was. I decided to play something emotional, something that would melt its metaphorical heart. A song of woe. Who would have thought it'd literally melt? Yeah. I began playing the first tune, and the lock started weeping before I reached the chorus. Tears were streaming down its face. And as if they were hot or made of acid, the door melted away. Afterward, the lock lay in a puddle of wood, sobbing and thanking me for my performance. That's not a very sturdy lock. It just sounds very in touch with its emotions. We stepped over the door's remains and into the tower. It was so much taller and bigger on the inside. Like a pocket dimension, so freaking cool. So the terror can't really fit in your pocket. Bet. Hex walked ahead. Guy was really distracted. He didn't even listen to my poem about the symbiotic relationship between axe and door. For a long time, we didn't encounter anything. Just a long hallway. No doors, only a bunch of strange paintings. Of course, most hallways can't go on forever, so eventually we reached a staircase. After what felt like 5.5 minutes. Eternity. Meanwhile, I was outside investigating the flora and fauna. Everything was very peculiar. Like it was all from another world. The colors were different, very blue, almost spectral. And there were a lot of spider webs, or a yarn, not sure which. Suddenly, the ground shook and almost knocked me off my feet. Who could have guessed there were pressure plates on those stairs? I wasn't paying attention and was too careless. One wrong step and a pressure plate triggered an explosion and... clonk! The whole staircase began crumbling down into a pit of nothingness. Bit by bit, starting from the bottom. I rushed upwards to safety, away from the wizard abyss. I stumbled, and if it hadn't been for Hex, I'd be mush. He grabbed my hand and pulled me up. But he isn't really the strongest, so we almost tumbled down together instead. I figured I couldn't just leave them to fall to their pathetic destiny. So I zoomed down to grab Hex by his collar and pulled both him and Voyboy back up. Thank you for saving us, Nico. No problem, Voyboy. Don't get used to it. Didn't you expect a trap like that? After all, a great wizard would want to protect their treasure. I guess we were a little distracted by all the gold hanging from the walls. The staircase ended in a wondrous library that spiraled endlessly high around the tower's inside walls. We lost Hex at the bottom in the first rows of books. A lot of them were drenched. Didn't seem like the tower was waterproof. They were still primordial water dripping from somewhere above. We couldn't make out the ceiling. Tried to reach it, though. The second story of the spiral staircase library had 3 paths leading away. Each path ended in a door, and all 3 doors were closed and marked with runes or paintings or rusty old locks. I got sucked into looking at the library's beautiful murals. Each of them depicted a different story. One of them was a mosaic of mirrors. That one was my favorite. Watching Hex look at books was like reading a thriller. Almost every second book was rigged with a trap, but he figured out the pattern quickly. Something Fibonacci, I don't know. Once I was able to pry myself away from the murals, I started looking for spell things. I knew Hex was most interested in those, and you help when you can. I didn't. I mostly looked at all the small treasures lying around. The wizard had this really cool staff with a chonker of a gemstone embedded at the top. Imagine the damage I could do with that. But I also found something else that was really cool. Here, take a look. Ooh, new trinket. It's dope, right? I want one. What is this? A weather chart. Duh. It shows what the weather is like in another realm. I see. Let me guess. Avalon? I knew you'd get it. I found some spell scrolls. One of them had golden runes on it. Hex liked that one, but he didn't love it, you know? Then, nestled between a few red velvet armchairs, I found a glass case. It had a golden frame and a scroll placed inside, neatly in the middle. The scroll was floating and all that. I knew Hex was looking for more spells, so I called for him. I was like, I gotta take a pause because I gotta go to the bathroom really bad. Hold, please. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, as soon as I mentioned an oddly floating scroll, he came sprinting upwards, staring at the glass case. He already had another scroll tucked into his coat. Honestly, I was expecting him to be carrying half the library at some point, but I guess that would have been too heavy for him. Of course, the stupid glass case was also a puzzle. Had no lock, no lid, no nothing. Just glass in a gold frame. Scroll itself was glowing a promising blue. I swear I can read. I suggested breaking the glass. Hex gave me his finest death glare. So he investigated the puzzle himself. While they were doing boring side quests, I made sure to stuff my pockets. Found a jeweled silver paperweight shaped like a bird that'll make for a great blunt weapon. Hex was too scared we'd destroy the scroll by triggering another contraption, so he suggested we look around in the adjacent rooms. The riddle doors. Hex only had to look at them for a mere second before figuring them out. Apparently all those murals and runes were referencing a story hidden somewhere in the library, so he made us search for it. It was tricky. We didn't want to trigger the book traps after all. It was like the library knew what would tempt us the most. I kept seeing books about forgotten songs, rare instruments, and romantic poetry. And I saw books about burglary and fraud. Even had to tackle you to the ground one time so you wouldn't blow us all up. Who can resist a good scheme? It was kind of exciting seeing Hex hop up and down on the stairs looking for the right books. First password was password. The second password was passwords past the password. And the third one was passwords past the password's password. You wish, but no. It was 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this a Spaceballs reference? Easy to crack. Good for you. First room was an alchemy lab full of apparatuses that I'd never seen before. Most of the liquids had gone dry, but Hex insisted on taking whatever was left along with us anyway. Wouldn't let me taste any, though. The nerd was more interested in the study hidden behind the second door. He was really determined to crack all of that old wizard's mysteries. We helped where we could, but listen, I only have 3 brain cells. The soundscape of the tower was kind of depressing. Silence broken only by the dripping of water, the creaking of old wood. So I sweetened it with a song. It was very easy to get into the flow with that bomb music, Voyo. Thank you. Hex didn't find a key to the glass case, but he at least found a blueprint showing how it was built. Maybe he can find out how to open it using that. That'd be nice. He was pretty beaten up at everything, though. Yeah, couldn't find what he was looking for. Not even in the 3rd room? No. That one was a gym. Didn't know wizards worked out. Maybe it was just a distraction from the hidden vault. A hidden vault? Anything good in there? Oh yeah, more than our arms could carry. A bunch of artifacts, most of them probably cursed, which makes them even cooler. But Innkeep, you don't even know the funniest part yet. Enlighten me. The whole time the wizard had a spare key to the tower under the doormat. The oldest habit of all time, and we didn't even think about checking for it. I did, but I wanted them to find it for themselves. When they left the tower, I was at the beach with Jade. She had arrived a while ago to pick us up, and I was teaching Onyx new tricks. She helped us heave all the loot onto her boat. We couldn't take everything with us, so we decided to head back there again another day. There's one thing that doesn't make sense in this equation, though. That would be... Nico, Voy, and Hex traveled alone. Well, except for me, their stowaway. Yeah, I found a fresh set of footprints by the coast, before Jade ever arrived. Like there was a 5th person on the island. Maybe someone was there just shortly before us. We didn't even notice, lol. Just like we didn't notice Melina. I'm sorry for staying hidden for so long. Don't apologize. I think it just proved your skills as a detective. We've got a lot to learn from you. What a story. I can't wait to share with Archie. I'll be on my way now, character. Boy. Second page. Every time. It kills me every time. It's so freaking cute. Alright, apparently his Hagam also doubles as a magical teleportation device, and it can open the ethereal weave. Luckily, he's safe as long as he plays the right notes. Slowly but steadily, he is getting over his stage fright, learning how to use his skills. I hope Grace and I get tickets to his next concert. Yeah. Gotta check up on Hex and make sure he didn't accidentally take a book mimic home. You coming with, Nico? Sure thing. So long, Innkeep. Goodbye, Innkeeper. Don't miss me too much. I'll try not to. Oop. Hex, 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 hex. He even explored an abandoned wizard tower to look for lost or forbidden spells. According to his accomplishments, he was rather fixated on inspecting every piece of loot, as if he was looking for something particular. A spell to protect his sister, maybe. Now it's just you and me, Innkeeper. Indeed. I'm glad you're back. You're making it sound like I was lost or kidnapped. I was just investigating. Without telling anyone. I don't need to tell anyone where I'm going. People care about you, Melly. They get worried if they don't know where you are. Oh. I'm not used to that. But I care about people too, like you. That's good to hear. Just been hanging out all day. Hey! Dave! Melly! Hi, Aura. Hi, Dave. Oh, that name is so outdated. You're back. I am. Did you miss me? Did I? I was just very worried. What? You called me Melly. What about it? You've never done that before. I'm sure I have. You even said you'd never call me Melly. I'm just glad you're back. Welcome back to my tavern, Dave. That's a cute one. Yeah, I got it on my latest quest. Dave, you made a good choice. I also went on a quest. Well, at first I wanted to find the moon swamps. You know, the mysterious magical swamp that is said to be magically hidden and only appears in foggy but starry nights. I'd heard there's somewhere in the moon swamp near the portal to the Twilight Chasm. And did you find anything? No. I did find some weird way markers made of bones that seemed to lead somewhere. They had "Do Not Touch" written on them, and the paint even seemed fresh, so it looked like a perfect clue. But then, suddenly, there was just gallons of water everywhere. Luckily, I got away quick, and since I was already there, as best detective, it was my duty to discover the flood's origins. Well, at first, I was more of a stowaway than a detective, and I also couldn't figure out what... Don't storm off like that ever again, you understand? I was so worried and no one knew anything about your whereabouts. Now. Oh, Dave, you made her sad. You made her cry. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have yelled at you like that. It's just, I haven't cared about anyone in so long. And with you and Fable both suddenly gone, I didn't know what to do. I thought you didn't care. After you went away, even though I asked you to be more careful. I thought maybe you didn't want to be my trusty assistant after all. So I went to investigate alone. I'm sorry for leaving. It's alright. I'm used to people leaving and not coming back. I do care, Melly. I'm just kind of new to this whole honesty thing. Kind of new to this whole empathy thing. Hello, welcome to our empathy world. Yeah, I figured. If you'd like, I could fix you a drink to help you find your words again. Don't know if I'm up for trading another secret in exchange. It's on me today. You've got enough to worry about. So let me see what I can do for you. Let me guess. Spoken Heart. Our favorite. 1, 2, 3 charisma. Loosen up those words. Some attack to make your point. Some defense when you make the kitty cry. Ding. Enjoy your magical liquid eloquence. It doesn't taste half bad. This might actually help. It's not like I've changed the recipe. You get the same thing every time, dude. So, your quest? Jade said you were stranded on Morlia. Yep, I followed 3 very suspicious-looking fellows and somehow ended up on that island. Why do I always run into wizards and magic when I'm out on adventures? And traps, magical traps everywhere. Sounds very dangerous. A detective's always seeking thrills. I'll make sure to be careful, I promise. It's not about that. I know you know how to take care of yourself. Otherwise, you wouldn't have solved the T-Rex case. Heh. But don't keep putting your own life at risk in exchange for a quick adventure. Luckily, nothing major happened this time. I'm sorry, the tsunami wasn't major. This all could have ended very differently. I know. All I'm saying is, don't disappear again. Please. You're not alone anymore. You don't have to do everything all by yourself. You taking your own advice there too, dude? You've seemed to open up a lot since we first met you way back episode 1. Like you're one to talk, see? Melly here's what I'm saying. I think you've got a point, Melly. To be fair, Dave's got a point. Even though they're guilty themselves. Both of you are. But you two have also made a lot of progress already. And I'm glad both of you made it back safely. Heard anything from Fable yet? No, not yet. What about Carolyn? She came back after the flood. Currently, she's investigating some undead sightings in the Pale Woods. Do you know when she'll be back? No, but the two of you can wait here for her if you want. Yes, please. I want to stay until Carolyn gets back. All right, I'll keep you company. How about I spice up your wait with another drink? I'll pass. Oh, but I'd like one, please. Let me guess. Your usual sparkling nebula. Do you want anything specific? That whole adventure was pretty exhausting. Maybe something to combat my mental tiredness. It's like I know them. It's like they're regulars. Nothing easier than that. Three intelligence. 1, 2, 3. And some charisma. 1, 2. Perfect. Oops. Sparkle and you sparkle. Ding. Two regulars with their regular. Let's see if this will wake you up again. Oh, thank you. This is delicious. I can feel my synapses connecting. You know, now that I've had some time to think about it, I think I figured out why Hex was so bummed about the loot. Care to share your insight with us? But of course. He has a younger sister, right? Which always struck me as odd. She looks so much older than him. So what if she just ages faster than he does? And he expected to find some very special loot in that wizard tower. But he didn't find it. So what if he was looking for something to extend her life? Like a scroll of immortality. What a foolish idea. Hey! Not you. Hex. Even if it's tempting, those are powers that no one should interfere with. I agree. What if she turns into a zombie? I've had enough of them. Definitely. We should tell him when we see him again. Or maybe we should tell Carolyn when she returns. She seems to be experienced in dealing with the undead. You think it'll be a long time before she gets back? I don't know. Could be very soon, but it could also take a few more days. You've had a long day. Aren't you tired, Melly? No! There is no need to get aggressive. I'm not tired at all. Let's wait for a little bit longer. Maybe she'll show up and Fable with her. Sounds good. Ooh, Fable better come back with an apology for me. Did she fall asleep? Yeah. Maybe I should bring her home and wrap this up for tonight. It's a good idea. You should get some rest as well. I'll let you know if I hear anything about Carolyn or Fable. Alright. There's not much for me to do otherwise. Except care for Melly. She needs you. Yeah. I think you might be right. Good night, Dave. You know, I forget about it. See ya. Oop, character information unlocked. Melly. Melly is already a source of inspiration for a certain writer, maybe because she seems so independent, though her latest adventure has taught her that she can't do everything alone. It's good that she allows herself to be a child again after everything, and I couldn't be more proud. Good conclusions today. Alright, that is where I'm going to call it for today. So you guys, for those who celebrate, have a happy Halloween. And I will see you guys at the next video. Make good life choices now. Bye.